Hey folks, it's Vosh. You knew that though. No stream. Look, no chat. Just me and you and everyone else who's watching. Haven't been streaming as much lately due to personal reasons, but I want to talk about this YouTube walkout thing really quick. So for those of you who don't know, there were a couple of larger YouTube lefty content creators and a lot of smaller ones who are doing this YouTube walkout thing. It's got a hashtag, people are talking about it. The reason for it is because recently YouTube rolled out a change in their TOS. Well, it hasn't been implemented yet, I don't think, but they're going to be implementing it, which allows them to delete any channels they choose to, which they believe are not like a worthwhile financial investment to them. Like, wow, okay, right? So a lot of lefty content creators did this walkout thing, which begins yesterday and ends the day after tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, unless you're a Britmonger, in which case you get yours moved back a little bit because of the UK elections. Godspeed, based Corbyn, long may he reign. I didn't do the walkout. I'm not doing the walkout. I think the walkout's a really stupid idea. And I'm going to explain why really quickly. So before I begin, I just want to say I'm not trying to disparage anyone who's actually doing the walkout. I think it comes from a place of wonderful intention, and I'm not impugning your character in any way. So I just want... So if I use any hard language, that's on me, okay? I'm just saying I'm just trying to communicate to you. The basic gist of the walkout is for those 4 days, or was it 3? Details irrelevant. Both lefty content creators and lefty content viewers alike are not supposed to create or consume any media on YouTube. That means no streaming or posting videos for people like me. That means no watching videos for people like you. We are not the same. Wait. We are not the same. There we go. And this is just such a phenomenally bad idea for so many fucking reasons. I wouldn't be doing this video if it weren't for the discourse that I've seen online, which I consider to be incredibly toxic and counterproductive. There are some BreadTube threads here that are discussing it. I know, BreadTube on Reddit, haha. This is one, it's a rather large one at that, saying they feel the boycott seems rather pointless. We'll get to that. This is one describing the walkout itself. Remember, today begins the YouTube strike. Don't be a scab and cross the picket line. I'm going to go over these points very quickly, and I'm going to try to pad and sawdust my arguments as little as possible. So, first of all, the YouTube has always reserved the right to delete channels for absolutely any reason they so choose. This is not a democracy. There is no system of accountability here. You're free to appeal their decision under some circumstances if you would like, but as certain content creators, like, for example, Theory Plebe and his recently deleted channel attest, very often it just fucking happens. Oops. The change in the TOS doesn't mean anything with regards to their ability to do this. In fact, if I recall correctly, that aspect of the TOS, their ability to delete channels for those reasons, has been present in UK YouTube terms of service agreements for almost 5 years. Different lawyer team, I suppose. And it hasn't led to any mass banning of lefty channels, at least not to my knowledge. The real reason for it, I imagine, is because YouTube is making clear that they will be taking an effort to delete channels that spam repost videos or that push 9 hour 59 minute 59 second long spam looped videos. They get 3 views over 8 years, stuff that really eats into bandwidth, you know. YouTube has an insane bandwidth requirement, probably more than anything in human history, right? I mean, it's YouTube. Do you have any idea how much data is stored here? Do you have any idea how large their servers must be? I imagine they're trying to curtail a little bit on that. Try to find a way to cut off a percentage point or two from how much material they need to store by deleting extraneous, just clear bot spam. Am I saying this to excuse YouTube? No, of course. YouTube's a hell site. I mean, you know, obviously. But this is by no means the extent of my problems with this YouTube walkout thing. People are treating this like a strike. I have in the past criticized people for engaging in the aesthetics of leftism while not caring so much about its actual practice. And this to me strikes the same except with leftist activism. Here's what a strike is, A strike is when workers at a firm, company, factory, business, whatever, get together and they say, fuck you, management. You don't pay us enough, and you're super creepy to the girls. I don't know, maybe, probably, we're going to go strike. We're not working, we're marching outside your place of business. And because of this, your business is inoperable. You can't function without us. If you have a factory with 200 people in there, and even half of those people decide to strike, ideally more, that factory can't operate. You need those people. And to cross the picket line, to move past the striking workers and say, hey, yo, boss, I don't really give a shit about no mistreatment of workers. I just want some fucking money. Can you, I'll work. That's being a scab. You're breaking a protest. You're breaking the picket line so you can make a quick buck. Now, in reality, usually scabs are people who are also in desperately impoverished situations who don't really have much else of a choice. I find the irrational hatred of scabs to be, irrational. I think maybe more of a systematic approach where we recognize that unions will only ever really be functional in this country if we include the well-being of the, the most impoverished members, but whatever, okay? So note what I just described there. A strike is when the walkout of the workers prevents a business or firm or enterprise from operating. And a scab is somebody who allows the business to go back into operation by crossing the picket line, and continuing to work at that place, as a temporary worker. None of these things are applicable in the slightest extent to YouTube. YouTube does not give a shit about the breadtube, left-leaning. Do you have any fucking idea how much traffic YouTube gets? Can you even fucking comprehend? There are channels out there with hundreds of millions of subscribers. There are videos out there that, when published, they will singly receive more viewership than every single left-leaning channel on YouTube will for the entirety of that month. This is by no means uncommon. YouTube is way bigger than us. Way, way bigger than us. And our removing ourselves from YouTube serves absolutely no positive function. We don't hurt them in the slightest. I would be willing to bet that the traffic we offer, even if every left-leaning YouTuber who is even remotely associated with BreadTube decided to do this walkout, even if that was the case, I would be willing to bet the decrease in viewership would fit so neatly within the fluctuations of the daily viewership YouTube gets that they wouldn't even notice it. You would have to hire a statistician to be able to pull that data from the algorithms and from the analytics that they get to enjoy every day. We are irrelevant in that respect. I don't say this in a doomery sense. YouTube is just bigger than us. I mean, so much bigger than us that nothing we can ever do can ever meaningfully impact them. But I hear you say, it's not just about letting YouTube know we're mad, even though we're upset with a policy that doesn't seem to actually be meaningfully impacting us in any way, and they could have deleted our channels at any time anyway. It's about the principle. We're trying to practice collective action. We're trying to organize ourselves preemptively so we're more comfortable doing it in the future. What the fuck are you talking about? Practice organization by refraining from using YouTube for 3 days? What kind of collectivist organization? What consequence do you think? What are you getting out of this? What are you practicing for? It doesn't matter. Even if every single left-leaning person left YouTube forever, we would still barely make a dent in their metrics. What? I'm genuinely curious. I see this. It's not about the reality. It's about the principle. Okay, but what principle? What are we getting out of this? We're not doing a real strike. There are no real scabs here because you're not actually allowing YouTube to begin operation again if you post a video the way that I'm going to when I'm done recording this, because YouTube would have been fine either way. We're not hurting or helping YouTube. We're just here. It's a medium. It's not a business. It's bigger than a business, at least in regards to how we interact with it. At a corporate level, in a managerial sense, strikes up there could mean something. I don't think they'll ever happen, but if Google employees actually started to organize and strike, again, I don't know why they would, that would mean something. We are not in that position. Unless one of you is a Google employee, you know, go unionize. Yeah, Godspeed, right? I'm not going to stop you. People say it's about the principle, it's about practicing organizing. Well, if it's about the principle, why are there so many people online that I see actually getting upset that there are still people using YouTube? If it's just a matter of principle, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck do you mean principle? This is my fucking job. I pay my rent with this. I pay food with this. I pay my fucking student debt with it. I pay my partner's student debt with it. I pay my bills with the stuff that I do here. Pardon me, I don't know. I'm okay with things in principle existing like as a concept, but if nobody can explain to me what meaningful good is being done, then I don't know why I should be making a material sacrifice for that. It's not just that we're not doing any good, mind you. We're doing active harm. I don't know if maybe you like guys hyped up on the YouTube walkout stuff. I've seen a lot of the people who are doing this are smaller YouTubers, and I'm not being disparaging towards you. I'm a smaller YouTuber by a lot of metrics. You know, there are bread tubers who are larger than me. I'm by no means small anymore, though. And I don't know if you guys know this. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like it when you stop using the website, especially if you're one of those enlightened individuals who post oh, that's the wrong one, who post videos frequently, like me. It doesn't work well to our algorithmic success for us to stop posting videos. And while we're gone from YouTube, these 3-4 days, whatever, you know who is on YouTube, completely undeterred by our weird, irrelevant posturing? The conservatives. And everyone else. While we're all off YouTube making some principle-based protest that affects no one but ourselves, there are people on this site, like Steven Crowder, like Stefan Molyneux, like Sargon of Akkad, like Black Pigeon Spinks, like, just go look up a list somewhere, that are still doing their jobs here, getting subscribers, getting fans, getting views, getting paid. I've seen a lot of left tubers talk about forming other websites on which they could post videos. I'm just going to be real clear about this. Money builds movements. It always has. And secondary to money is public exposure. You need those two things if you want to get anyone to believe anything. Ideas on their own just don't float. This is the reason why there are so many dejected fail sites out there that were meant to accommodate all the free speech right-wingers who got banned off mainstream platforms that are now refuges for Nazis who upvote and downvote and like and dislike themselves into irrelevancy every minute of every day. Your Gabs, your votes, your telegrams, BitChute does a little bit better, but it's no YouTube. Do you know why those Nazis are so upset about being deplatformed or the threat of being deplatformed? Do you know why they're so insistent on perpetuating the idea that there's a mainstream media, big tech conspiracy to deplatform conservatives? It's because they're terrified of being deplatformed. And why? Because this is where we need to be. I don't know where you guys were at leftism school. When I went there, I was taught the point of being a leftist advocate is to advocate for leftism, to get more people on board with it. I can't do that if all of my videos or all of your videos are being posted to some backwater corner of the internet, some breadtube.tv or peertube or what have you. Now, those sites have purpose and value, and I'm not disparaging them. But this place here, YouTube, this is where minds get changed. Don't deplatform yourself and voluntarily exile yourself to these other sites. Why do you think all the big right-wingers wait until they get banned before moving off-site? They don't do it voluntarily. You don't see any big fucking conservatives talk about how YouTube's biased against conservatives. We need to move out. Yes. anti-LGBT.tv. Yes, very catchy. Oh, we'll go over there and there will face no censorship whatsoever for it. No, of course not. They'll never fucking do that. The attention is here. The views are here. The money is here. If you want leftism to succeed on this platform, you need content creators like me and like the others, you know what I'm talking about, to succeed here. We need to be making money. People who are able to make careers off public advocacy are significantly more productive than people who are not able to make careers off of public advocacy. Why do you think those conservative YouTubers are so fucking prolific? Because they have huge fan bases that are desperately giving portions of their paychecks up to them to allow them to continue to finance that lifestyle. We need that. That's why I get so fucking disgusted when I see people who attack people like ContraPoints or PhilosophyTube or H-Bomber Guy because they've got fat Patreon dollars. Yeah, I'm okay with them making a little bit into six figures if it means they get to reach hundreds of thousands, millions of people every single year, showing them the value of our political system. I think that's worthwhile. I think that's an excellent investment, in fact. Better than a TV ad. You know how much TV ads cost relative to the amount of people they reach? Hey, I think this is a lot better, actually. I'm like a little TV ad that runs forever as long as you keep us lubed with enough public attention and money. And there are people out there who do this. They don't do it for money. You know, they don't need much attention. They do it as a hobby project. And that's phenomenal. I'm not making fun of you. That's incredible. Like, seriously. It really is. And you're valuable. And I appreciate what you do. And to all of you who watch those people, I appreciate your interest in their content. But realistically speaking, if you want real fucking chances at people's minds being changed, you need lefties on the biggest platforms, getting the biggest audiences, with the biggest viewerships, making the most amount of money possible. That's how you do it. Fuck this principle-based, oh, a real leftist would only take an austere $35,000 a year from Patreon and donate the rest to a charity. Fuck you. Jesus Christ, it's fucking sickening to me how self-destructive you people are. You want leftism to succeed? Quit fucking handicapping the advocates for it. If you don't like the fact that someone like me or Contra or H-Bomber or whatever makes more money than you think is worthwhile, whatever, then make your own fucking channel and make less money than us. Go live your austere, morally pure life far not away from me, because you're still going to be on YouTube and the work you do is valuable. But shut the fuck up, seriously. All of this traces back to this incredibly obnoxious idealism when it comes to how leftist advocacy should be engaged in. I don't care about idealism. I don't care about this moral utopianism. And when applied to advocacy, I care about what works. So stay on YouTube, okay? Maximize your viewership. Sell out. What, you think you're gonna... I mean, don't stop being a leftist or anything, but if it means like taking sponsorships, if it means you could produce more videos, if it means shilling yourself out, fucking do it. We're literally on the cusp of a fucking apocalypse. We are actually teetering on the brink of annihilation right now. Jeremy Corbyn, 2019, blessed be his name. We are so fucked right now. The right is winning. We're not winning, not by any metric whatsoever, not even fucking close. And there are people out there who are actually concerned with the ideological purity of YouTubers who are making the decision to continue producing content for the platform that they can use to change minds because some arbitrary decision to strike for 3 days means we're showing a principled support for a concept. Here's my call to action, okay? If you want to make a lefty channel and do it however you want, please fucking do it. Just do it. And if you can make a career off of it, fucking ride that until you die. Or kill yourself from the stress. It's very stressful, actually, doing public advocacy. Especially on YouTube and in the spaces that I sometimes operate in. But it's okay, I've got good fans. You know, I'm good. And if you're a viewer and you don't have the time or the energy or the interest or the knowledge or the whatever to make a channel for yourself, Here's my call to action. You know what? Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, subscribe to Patreon, donate during live streams. It's so strange to me that people are in favor of broad grassroots supports for people like Bernie Sanders, you know, the $13 donations or whatever. But then when it comes to lefty content creators trying to engage in advocacy, asking essentially for the same sort of broad public support, people like sneer, like, oh, a leftist? Leftist making money off their work? Shouldn't you just be doing this for the... Shouldn't you just be doing this for the pure, rapturous, enlightened joy of spreading leftism? No, I have bills to pay. But I like leftism too, you know? And so do your other favorite channels. So the YouTube walkout is stupid. It accomplishes nothing. It hurts us in the metrics. It makes us look stupid and self-centered. Do not deplatform yourself off YouTube. Go support your favorite content creator. They probably have a Patreon or a Streamlabs or a PayPal that you could donate to. The donation means a lot to them. Don't do it if you don't have the money to do it yourself. But if you do have the money to do it, or if you have a little bit of spare spending money that you don't really know what to do with, just consider it. It means the world to them, to me, to us. And it allows us to do the kind of work that entails pushback against the other much more well-funded channels on YouTube that every single day rope hundreds, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of people in further towards the right, towards fascism, sometimes even neo-Nazism. All right, that's enough. That's enough. The gratuitous rambling. I know. You know, that's probably enough of that. All right, just fucking Godspeed.